Okay, so thanks for trying to help us here with classifying these domains related to COVID-19, coronavirus. We got the list from Domain Tools. Domain Tools published that list. What they basically did is they looked for new domain registrations that contain keywords like corona, COVID, and the like. So what we are trying to do here is figure out which of these domains are malicious and which one of them are really harmless. So that's really what we're trying to do here. When you go to the site first, and again, that's isc.sans.edu/covidclassifier.html, you will get a list of 10 sites. Now, right now, you don't need to log in. I'm trying out if that works. Of course, there's always the risk that this will get abused and I may have to add some additional login or so again, but we'll see how it goes. So far, had real great success and already shut down a couple sites here. So thanks for everybody's help. But let's first take a look at how this works. First column, just a domain name. These links are clickable if you want to go to the site. I recommend you try to avoid doing that. And we made it relatively easy for you to classify sites without having to go to it. And that's this little screenshot. Essentially, we sort of took automatic screenshots of the site. If you hover over it with your cursor, it magnifies so you get a better look. Sometimes you can't really tell by just looking at the screenshot. And I think that's sort of a little bit of one example here. So what is this really about? Let me open this in a new tab here. And if you do this, if you do go to a site, of course, be careful. Okay, so seems to be sort of a blog post. Could potentially be misinformation. Don't really think so. This looks fairly harmless. I would rate this one as harmless right now. Of course, you're never really sure, and that's why we crowdsource this to really sort of get a first take on it. And we hope to have multiple people look at the same site, sort of to have a little bit of waiting then. But here I would consider this a valid, good site for now. And if you need any more categories here, please let me know. We are going to add more categories here as needed. This is very common here. This is a parked domain. So someone registers the domain, isn't really using it. We are working on classifying some of these parked domains in a more automated fashion. So you may see less of them in the future as we get a little bit better at that. But basically any site that doesn't really have any sort of real content, just some little boilerplate or such, that's what we consider parked. And of course, these are sites we are also going to watch to see if they change. I've seen this particular layout and such a few times where someone is selling domain names. Often these domain names are related to Corona. Here it doesn't really quite look like it. But anyway, this is sort of just a domain for sale. And here another park one, nothing really there yet. Just sort of a little boilerplate page. So some WordPress default page. And anyway, this one is another parked one. Like I said, there is currently still a lot of these parked ones, but they're pretty easy to categorize. And don't forget to click the save button. Whenever it says thanks, that's when your vote got registered. You don't need to create all of them. If you're not sure, just don't answer and refresh the page. You'll get 10 others. There's also this sort of unknown, not sure category if you want to use that. Really up to you. But for example, if it is a website in a different language or such that you don't understand, you may just want to skip it and not answer it. A risk calculator. Of course, it is sort of taking some PII here. This could be a potential problem. I'm going to skip that right now. The Corona quarantine calendar, okay. That's what I'm actually going to go to here. It will always open it in a new tab, so you will not lose your work here. And what do they have here? Oh, t-shirts for sale. There's a bunch of sites like this that have t-shirts for sale. And actually, I am going to add a t-shirts for sale category here because that's so common. I'm going to rate this as valid good here. Doesn't seem to do anything malicious. It's not illegal to sell t-shirts. And let's look at the prices. They're reasonable, I guess. It doesn't look also that great. But anyway, so you have these blank pages, nothing there. And that's what do we have a category for? Blank. Next one here. This is like one of these, don't quite understand what this is about. Sometimes you also see sort of what looks like a government site, but it's for a country, region, you don't know. Just skip them for now or rate them as unknown, not sure. And home tests. Now, there are a lot of home tests for sale. I'm rating them mostly as scams right now. But let's take a look at this and see what we can find out about this particular site. Yeah, so, okay, symptoms, transmissions. Here we can order a home test kit. They're usually scams. So I would rate this as a scam right now. We can always, we're not going to take any action just because someone labels as a scam. But what this really does is I will then go through in the back end through the ones that are labeled as scam and look at them in more detail to figure out if they're really scams and not. And it can be hard to tell, but usually these particularly these home test kit sites turn out to be scams. So yeah, this is kind of how this works. So please help us. If you have time this weekend, try to categorize a couple of these sites. And thanks for all of your help. And well, we have about, I think now it's about 120,000 sites. Many of them luckily are parked, so we are able to automatically categorize them as parked. But there are quite a few of these scams out there, so let's hope that we can get some of them shut down. And thanks for your help.